Greetings YouTube! E3 is over? I probably shouldn't be so excited about that. But anyway, we've had a bunch of trailers. I'm not going to bother playing them all for you here because we'll be here for 2 hours. I'm going to fly through some of the games that caught my eye and that I'm going to look out for in the coming year or two. So, let's just go straight into this. Spider-Man. Definitely looking at that. I've seen the trailers of the gameplay and the footage of him on the rooftop and everything like that. It's very Batman Arkham inspired. That's not a problem for me. It puts its own unique spin on things, so I like what I've seen. Definitely going to be looking at that. That releases on the 7th of September, by the way. Shadow of the Tomb Raider releases a week later. Now, that one we've seen mainly story type stuff from it, but I'm going to assume it's very similar to the two previous ones, so still looking forward to that one. Spyro Reignited trilogy, I'm probably not going to be able to do all those three because they're like 3 games coming out one week after another. I may be able to take a look at it, but obviously it's the original trilogy that's being remade there. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Is anybody else kind of tapped out as far as Assassin's Creed is concerned? Why haven't they gone to feudal Japan yet? I still haven't worked that one out. This one's going to Greece and it's going to have more options than ever. We're going to have a choice of a male and female character and we're going to have dialogue options, you know. I guess that kind of thing is innovative as far as Assassin's Creed is concerned, but other games have been doing that for quite a while. But we'll see what happens with it. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. They've dropped the campaign in favour of Battle Royale. I'm going to hate that game, aren't I? I guess the regular multiplayer could hold it up for me, as well as the zombies mode that they always include, but we'll see. I'm not the biggest fan of Call of Duty in the first place, but we'll see how it goes. Battlefield 5. I prefer Battlefield to Call of Duty. Not much to say about that apart from it's Battlefield and it's set in World War II. And then there's Red Dead Redemption 2. We've been waiting for ages for this. 26th of October. Haven't seen much in the way of gameplay of that. It's mainly story trailers we've been getting, but still looking forward to it. Itchy ankle. Then we've got Hitman 2. They've dropped the episodic structure. Thank goodness. They've just gone back to making a regular game rather than each, level being a different episode. There was a time when episodic structures were the rage and the done thing. Kind of like Battle Royale is now. So they've dropped that though, thank goodness. Fallout 76. This is like Fallout multiplayer, effectively. You're going to have other players. You don't have to interact with them, but you can. And the game is going to be always online, whether you interact with other people or not. So I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. Just Cause 4. Square Enix have sometimes put out good games and they've sometimes put out bad games. They never put out fantastic or terrible games or even mediocre ones. They're always good or bad. I've always seen Just Cause as being one of the good ones. Even though they've never been outstanding, but I still like them. I know some people don't like them because it's mindless and it's very repetitive, but I like it for what it is. Looking forward to that one. Kingdom Hearts 3. This isn't a franchise that I've ever played before, so kind of not knowing what to expect. I know about all the various worlds that they put in them, but I'm a little bit lost as far as Kingdom Hearts is concerned. This will be the first one that I even have a look at. That's coming. That's the first game that's on my list that's coming next year. Anthem. Not particularly enthusiastic about this one, if I'm being honest. Kind of looks like Destiny, but a bit slower with heavier mech suits. I don't like the way some game demos make the HUD disappear, because then you can't see how quickly your health depletes, how quickly the enemy health depletes. You can't see if there's any kind of map or compass navigation. You can't see how quickly your powers recharge, which is one of my main sticking points with Destiny, that your powers take too bloody long to recharge. So we'll see. We'll see how Anthem goes, and it's probably the game I'm going to do because we've got 3 games there all coming out on the 22nd of February. The other 2 are Days Gone and Metro Exodus. Both zombie apocalypse style type games. I'm kind of tapped out as far as zombie games are concerned. I can only have too many of them, so it's probably Anthem that I'm going to play. The Division 2. Didn't play the original Division. I heard some decent things, some okay things, and some terrible things. The Dark Zones and going rogue apparently was basically broken, and you only ever fight against infantry, with a helicopter being the final boss in the first game. So we'll see how the Division 2 holds up. Hopefully they've learned a few things from the first game. A Plague Tale sorry, that was the last game I know an actual date for. A Plague Tale Innocence. I probably won't have time to do this. Supposedly it's releasing sometime this year. It's a puzzle game. That's why I was interested in it. It's about 10 hours long, allegedly. We'll see if I can fit it in somewhere. Babylon's Fall. I don't know much about this game apart from it's some sort of battle or fighting game, and that's releasing sometime next year. Catherine Full Body. I was kind of hoping this might be a sequel, and it isn't. It's a remake of 2011, the 2011 game. I didn't even realise it was that long ago. So generally speaking, I keep hold of my puzzle games because I like puzzle games, but I don't have this one anymore. So I may get this one just to have it and play it again. It's going to have some extra features as well, some extra gameplay mechanics in it. Cyberpunk 2077. There's a lot of hype built up around this game. It's by CD Projekt Red, who did The Witcher 3, and I have 1 or 2 issues with The Witcher 3. Geralt was too focused on his spinny acrobatics moves rather than just sticking his sword in the bad guy. But this is mainly a first-person game apparently, and some people are not liking that. But we'll see how it turns out. We'll see. Devil May Cry 5. I was wondering if they go back to the original series or they stick with the reboot and they're going back to the original series. Mainly Nero in the trailers. I was wondering who it was at first, but then it twigged it's Nero. And if he is mostly in the game, I hope that they give him some different weapons apart from his revving sword and the dual-barreled pistol. Dante shows up at the end of the trailer, obviously. I'm thinking that he's going to have the usual collection of crazy weaponry, but hopefully they'll do something more with Nero this time round. Neo 2. I was wondering if we were going to get a sequel to this. As far as I'm concerned, Neo is a fucking masterpiece, and it topped Dark Souls, the Soulsborne franchise, that whole thing. As far as I'm concerned, Neo blew it out of the water, and now we're getting a sequel. And I am curious to see how From Software responds to it. Then we got Rage 2. The original Rage always struck me as a bit more of a tech demo than anything else. To push a console beyond its limits. And this game is looking more colourful, more interesting. The original Rage, the combat was solid, and I love the way the little guys leapt through the doorways instead of just running through them. It always threw me off. But this Rage is looking a lot more interesting, so looking forward to that. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Speaking of From Software, this is their next game. It's from the creator of the Soulsborne franchise, and apparently it's all about stance. So maybe they've learned a thing or two from Neo. I don't know, because Neo has the high, middle and low stances you can be in. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see how Sekiro and Neo size up against each other. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Is there any... I know. It's a stupid question, but was anybody thinking we weren't going to get this game? Was anybody else thinking this was going to go the same way as Half-Life 3? I know everybody was thinking that, I know. The original trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2 kind of made me think, what the hell are they doing? The E3 trailer was very impressive. What put me off about the first trailer that we got was not so much the swearing, but the fact that everyone only seemed to know the one swear word. It's like, do they know any other way to curse? Seriously, is this the only word they know? The F word? Is that the only... But the E3 trailer didn't swear once, and instead it just let the spectacle speak for itself, and that bit at that reveal at the end was also awesome. I'm still looking forward to it. Still looking forward to it despite everything. Control looks fascinating. Some sort of supernatural shooter. Not sure what to make of it, but it looks quite interesting. Dead Cells. I was confused, about Dead Cells, because I thought, is this game out yet or not? It's out on early access. It's not officially been released yet. It's a roguelike Metroidvania style game. You're a prisoner and the island keeps on reconfiguring itself. So I'm a sucker for Metroidvania style games. Not so much a fan of roguelike, but still gonna keep my eye on that one. Death Stranding. It's been ages that I've been waiting for any kind of gameplay type video, and we've seen a hint of that finally. We've seen the guy scrambling up hills and scaling sheer mountaintops and having those square doohickeys following him around, him carrying his cargo around on his back, and obviously the stealth thing where the arm is going beep 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 beep, and yeah, so finally we got a snippet of actual gameplay. And I'm still clueless as to what the hell is going on, but you know what? I'm still utterly fascinated, and Death Stranding is still going to overrule every other game as far as reviewing is concerned for me. Doom Eternal. I'm not a fan of the way games, or films for that matter, tease a sequel at the end of them. I'm not a fan of that kind of thing. But Doom Eternal is coming, and it was only a reveal trailer. But we're going to get actual gameplay footage on the 10th of August, apparently at QuakeCon. So looking forward to that. Some of it is going to take place on Earth, by the way, so hoping it lives up to the original. Dreams. Since this was announced, I have been super excited about Dreams, because this is by Media Molecule. The geniuses behind Little Big Planet, Little Big Planet 2, not Little Big Planet 3. A different developer did that, hence the slightly not quite as engrossing gameplay. And then because they were doing Tearaway Unfolded, that's why they didn't do 3. And now they're coming out with Dreams. And to be honest, the toolkit that they've demonstrated in the trailers and the stage demos have been jaw-dropping. And normally I like to spend 2 weeks doing a video game review. I'm halfway inclined to split the Dreams review into several videos and take like a month to do it, to drill down into all the, because there's so much stuff in this damn thing. I was already excited for this no matter what it looked like, and Jesus Christ. Anyway, that may be my favourite game on this entire list, Dreams. So we'll see. I don't think it can possibly disappoint, put it that way. The Elder Scrolls 6. A brief teaser that just shows a landscape shot. Not particularly exciting as far as I'm concerned, but it's the Elder Scrolls, so I am definitely interested. I played Oblivion, and I skipped over, I can't remember what the Elder Scrolls 5 was subtitled now. Was it Skyrim? I don't know. But I'm interested in Elder Scrolls 6 regardless, despite the lackluster trailer. Ghost of Tsushima. Wasn't sure what to make of this when I saw the title and saw the details of it, but now that I've seen the E3 gameplay trailer, I am super interested. It's described by the developer as being mud, blood, and steel, and I can totally understand why they made that description. It looks awesome, and taking perhaps some cues from Batman Arkham with the stealth and, you know, dropping down from the beam in the roof. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to say about that, because the E3 trailer is the only bit of gameplay I've actually seen, but I am definitely interested in that. Hell, it may give Neo a run for its money. And finally on my list, The Last of Us Part 2. Because this is coming up, and because the first one is critically and universally acclaimed by pretty much everybody, I had to go out and play The Last of Us Part 1. And I'm still working on playing through that. So yeah, I'm liking what I have played through of that, so I'm definitely interested in Part 2. So that's a list of 32 games that I'm keeping an eye out. Some of them I have a date for, others I don't. But all of these I'm interested in to a certain extent. There's a lot of games there that I am definitely interested in. A lot of trailers. You can go away and watch the trailers for yourself. So yeah, a lot of things, a lot of upcoming games in the next year and a half, that kind of thing. I'm just talking for the sake of talking now. I'm gonna stop wittering. Okay, that's what I'm doing, and yeah. See you next time. Almost knocked my glasses off. Not a good way to end the video.